Hi, I'm Vivian. Today we are at the European Youth Forum. It's kind of a lobbying group, and they try to advertise for youth rights through the European Union.
And I'm Conor. I'm a policy officer here. I work on youth participation in the policy and advocacy team.
In the end, we're also here to represent youth organisations, so we lobby on their behalf, for example, for recognition of youth work, to have it recognised by the kind of wider formal system.
Levels of participation in formal representative democracy has kind of been falling slowly, steadily for many years, but that's way more acute when it comes to the bracket from, say, 18 to 34. It's dropping off way more steadily, and it tends to fall every year. So young people are way more likely, they're even more likely now than they were 10 years ago, to talk about politics online, to bring up this discussion with their friends, to watch shows that are politically orientated and so on.
And I really found it interesting that they are trying to advertise for a voting procedure that people can vote from the age of 16. I really found it interesting what their experience is on that, because they said it was quite a success on the national referendum of Ireland and also the Scottish referendum, and I really like to see how it will go on if this really happens.
We are people of Biafra. We are today protesting that Nigerian government should leave our director Nnamdi Kanu. They have arrested him and the court released him. We are here to tell European Union Parliament to ask him to release our director Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, and also for the quest of Biafra restoration. We are Biafra. We are not Nigeria.
Hello, I'm Vasia. We are now Friends of Europe, and we were discussing about Debating Europe, which is an online platform actually. It was really interesting because it is a tool for e-democracy that brings people together and they discuss about everything.
Okay, basically, let me tell you a bit more about Debating Europe, why it was started, and then we can start talking about the theory and the practice of how to engage, how policymakers engage with citizens, but specifically young people, and what you can do to put more pressure on them to make sure that they do engage. We started Debating Europe it's been up and running for about 4.5 years now. The idea behind it was born out of a frustration with hearing policymakers and especially directors of communication of the various institutions run here lamenting the fact that young people weren't interested in politics. I personally thought that was rubbish. It's that they are interested in politics, but they had no direct channel, no way of expressing that and communicating it. So you had all these great politicians that probably you've met in the European Commission and the Parliament who just lived in a little bubble and thought that Brussels was Europe. Brussels isn't Europe. Brussels is just a part of Europe, and we were out to prove them wrong. So we came up with this idea of setting up a platform where citizens from across the whole of Europe sent us their questions and policy suggestions, and then we would take them to the most relevant policymakers, who they could be in Brussels, an MEP, a commissioner, but also a national parliamentarian, an expert, an academic, a think tank, anywhere across Europe, to answer.